Yeah, basically, we are going to start about this checkpoint certified associates, and we majorly focus on the R80 only. Okay, and basically, we are going to perform each and every lab for the R80 10, which is the most stable version for that one. Okay, but I will give you the idea about the what exactly the new features are coming in the R80 20, 30, and the 40. Okay, and what are the differences between that one. Okay, because if you're talking about the all the details and all the things is similar almost. Okay, there is no nothing is there. Okay, now I'm just telling you about the checkpoint. Okay, the checkpoint is the majorly focus on the security products. Okay, not only in the firewall like that, but is providing support in the everywhere wherever the security is a concern. Okay, if you're talking about the network and the data security, they're coming with the firewalls. If you're talking about the doors and the specific protectors, the doors protectors. If you're talking about in the platform of the hacking, multiple sandboxing devices like Sandblast and multiple things are there, and they are also focusing on the what is that zero attack, malware attack, and multiple things are there. Okay. Now just discuss about the content and all the part. Then we will discuss about the what exactly is doing. Okay, and what exactly it's different from the other vendors and why is too much famous in the network security portions and what is the advantages people are using checkpoint only. Okay. Okay, normally if you're talking about the content in the CCSA course is totally this one. Okay, if you're talking, because I have mentioned all the content of the CCSA is what is the official guide. Okay, whatever the course content is mentioned in the official guide is I content there, and we are going to cover each and every topic without any skipping. Okay, and other thing we are going to perform all the labs whatever cover for this topic, and we have our own lab setup. I will show you in some time about how we can access and how we give the access and how we can perform each and everything. Okay, and other things I'm just going through the content one by one. Okay, but just give you a brief idea about the introduction of the vendor. Okay, so first step talking about the checkpoint. Checkmate is first is a Israeli-based company founded in 1993. Okay, and I already told you earlier, this is the majorly focus on the security products only. Whenever the security concern is anywhere, like and they are providing the support in the CCTV surveillances as well. Okay, so first, one more thing in the whenever we're talking about in the network security, one big features come in the mind that is the stateful. Okay, earlier this feature is not come in the like previous firewalls, which was come in the first time in the market. Okay, so it's not come with this feature, but stateful inspections is the big feature, and there is multiple advantages. Okay, in the especially in the network security. Okay, I'm not talking about the checkpoint only right now, but stateful is coming each and every next generation firewall nowadays. Okay, but the stateful word is first come with the checkpoint only. Okay, this is actually founded by invented by the checkpoint only. Might be you aware about the guy Nizok. Nizok is actually the right now is the co-founder of the Palo Alto. Previously working in the checkpoint earlier, and that time he's created this feature, stateful instructions. Okay, now they have own company Palo Alto, but earlier he's working in the checkpoint earlier. Okay? After that, I will give you about the why people checkpoint come in the focus in the market is come actually in the 1998. Okay, when I was do the partnership with the Nokia. Okay, actually basically in the earlier time Nokia is giving the network products like switches, router, firewall. Okay, each and everything is coming from the Nokia, but there are too much limitations are there. Okay, and their operating system not much scalable and not flexible. Okay, so people is using because there is no vendor is providing this one. But when Checkpoint coming in the market, okay, with the great ideas and the great things like stateful inspection and other more features as well, then it combined with the Nokia hardware. Okay, actually the combination is like the Checkpoint is providing their software OS and Nokia using their hardware, network security appliance or network appliances. Okay, and they combining in combine feature and come in the market. Okay, Then one more thing that in the initial level they come with the uh, what is it come with the operating system as the split. Okay, and after that, if you're talking about the how checkpoint come in the Indian market and the Asia Pacific. So first thing, if you're talking about the Indian market, is come in the 2003 and open the branch in India. And uh, earlier there was some different name. Checkpoint has some different name, but whenever launching the checkpoint, India at that time mentioned some changes in the name. Checkpoint technologies. Okay, and if you're talking about the Indian branches, is checkpoint India. Checkpoint Technologies India Private Limited like that. Okay, so this is a brief idea about the checkpoint. Okay, I'm just going back to the content, what exactly we are covering and what will be the beneficial things, which is segregating from the different vendors who's available in the market. Okay, and one more thing, if you're talking about the Gartner reports, especially for the network security and especially for the firewalls. So it always been the top list. It's always be always in the top three vendors. Okay, sometimes it's come in the first, sometimes the second, but there's multiple things are there. We will Gartner is checking multiple things, even they're starting from the interfaces and ending with the purchase. How many equipments are distributed in the market. Okay, so this is different, but I'm just focus about the content and all the things. Okay, okay, just I will give you the brief idea about the costing, and then we'll give you some basic idea about how checkpoint works. Okay, okay,
Yes.
the things of the, yeah, okay, you can ask me the any question if you have. Okay, yeah, if you're talking about the checkpoint technology, checkpoint first thing, the checkpoint technologies first come with the stateful inspection. Okay, stateful inspection is actually the feature. Nowadays, every next generation firewall using is this one. Okay, stateful inspection actually how beneficial is. I will explain you after the checkpoint architecture. Okay, okay, let's do. Actually, if we're talking about the checkpoint architecture, there's a special type of the architecture. That also called the three-tier architecture. In three-tier architecture, exactly happening is like that. Okay, exactly happening like that. Okay, this is three components are there in the checkpoint architecture. The first is the smart console, second is the smart management server, and third one is the smart gateway. Okay, just wait. I will give you the explaining it and with more clarity. Okay, we have three vendors, three-tier architecture. We have three things there. First thing we'll be talking about smart console. Second is the smart management server, and third is the smart gateway. Okay, what exactly the understanding of this one and why they are using three-tier architecture? There is specific concern is there. I'm just writing the SMS here. Okay, smart management server. Write down and one is the smart gateway. Okay. And one more benefit is there. If you run the checkpoint, so you are more comfortable with the FTD as well. Okay. If you go with the Cisco Firepower, so almost around 70% things are covered by the checkpoint only. What about the concept are going on in the checkpoint? They are covered by the Cisco Firepower. Mostly things. Even the architecture also using like that only. Okay, I will give you idea about in the right in the end of the session. Okay. Now, if you're talking about the three-tier architecture, basically three things are coming in the architecture. First is the smart console, second is smart management server, and the smart gateway. Actually, the smart console is nothing but an administrator's machine, and one application comes from the checkpoint that is called smart console, which is installed on the my administrator machine. Okay, okay. After that, second thing is the smart management server. Smart management server is actually managing the complete things, whatever running for the checkpoint in the single infrastructure. Okay. So whatever the my running related to checkpoint devices, I can manage through the smart management server. Okay, I will give you the what things we can manage from the smart management server in the just in the few minutes. Okay, and next thing is the smart gateway. Smart gateway is our actual firewall. Whatever the physical connectivity of the LAN, WAN, all the TLC, all the connectivity is doing with this one only. Okay, and another thing, and this is controlled by this one only. Okay, how it's controlled we'll discuss here. Okay, now I'm just going to the my smart console in the initially. Okay, when I open this smart console, when application is available in this is normally is called the smart console only. Okay, there's application name is the smart console only. If you're talking about in the previous versions like R77, that is to come with the smart dashboard. Okay, but now in the case of the R80, R8 is the major version, R and minor version is the R80, 10, 20, 30, and the 40. Okay, one more version is there, M2S, but there are 20 M2 is there, but it's not considering. Okay, so just discuss about the whenever a smart console installed on the my administrator machines, then I will give you the IP address of the my management server to access this one. Okay, so basically we'll tell you like that. This is the my management server. Okay, and sorry, this is the my smart console, and I have one application. I just leave the IP address on the management servers to access this device. Okay, once I get this access, then I can able to configure whatever the things I want to do in the management server. Okay, and after this one, this is the complete process between this one. Okay, these two things. Okay, now okay, next thing is come for the okay. Next thing is how this communication happening. Okay, so just telling you about the suppose I have X. This is the devices done. Okay, I have added this. I am able to access this device. So this is the management. Okay, okay. So how can I configure on the smart gateway? So the things will come in the market. Okay, this is the actually separating from the other ones. Okay, now different vendors also come with this. Uh, uh, what because in the philosophy also comes in the market. Like Palo also using like this feature nowadays with Panoma, and if you're talking about the FortiGate also come with this feature that's called the Forti Manager. Okay, but there have some different criteria are there. You can directly access firewall and you can do that. Okay, but in checkpoint you can't do anything directly on the on the firewall itself except few things. Okay, I will tell you what exactly the few things are there. Okay, now I able to access this device. Now what happened? Now I'm going to this one and I want to add this one. Okay, so first the prerequisite it should be the reachable. Okay, it should be the reachable. Okay, now both the devices are reachable. So I just I'm going to management server and added one as a gateway. Okay, when I added the gateway, asking for the IP address of the this device. Okay, when I added the IP address on this device, is asking for the what exactly the one-time password is mentioned. The three words are there basically. What is the mean as the same? Okay, explaining each and every year. Six time password. One more word we are using for the same activation. For activation for or activation. Okay, I will tell you what exactly the meaning of this one. That first, just keep in your mind is the secure internal communication sector. Okay, secure internal communication sector. Okay, just keep in mind. So, what exactly happening when you want to add this device? When you want to add this device to the management server, that time you need a secure internal communication. Okay, you need a secure internal communication. This is the compulsory. Without secure internal communication, you can't add this device to this one. Okay, So what exactly the requirement of the secure internal communication is? Actually, suppose that you are using a device. This is the directly connected with the. I'm just giving the example. If I secure Excel, SIG is required. Okay, just take an example. My firewall is like that. Okay, just give you an example. Okay, and one more box is there publicly. Okay, management server available publicly. Okay, I'm not sure who is this. This not belongs to the my side. Okay, but my device, this device also connected with the one of the my publicly facing management server like that. Okay, so what exactly the requirement of this? Suppose that this is connected to internet and is connected to this one like that. Okay, logically is like that. Okay, okay, now one more management server available and it belongs to the one of the hacker like that. Okay, and it's communicated directly over internet. So if SIG is not coming in the future, so suppose that we get the address of the my this device and is added here. Okay, so it directly communicating each and everything and is controlling my device. Okay, so that is the reason we need a secure internal communications, just like I is a key. Okay, we are using. Okay, just come to your point again. Okay, yeah. So SIG is a secure internal communications key is using basically 128 bit. Okay, 128 bit key. And if you're talking about the encryption algorithm using for this one is the AES 128. Okay, if you're talking about the earlier version like before the R70, R71 exactly, it's using triple days. Okay, this is just for the information. Most of the time, this question asked in the interview. Okay, what actually happening and why is it required? Okay, so I'm just telling you whenever you doing the first time wizard of this device, smart gateway, that time you mention the key. Okay, that key mentioned on this one, and the same key will be used on the management server at the time of adding this gateway to the management server. Okay, okay. So what happened that time when you added this device to the management server? So it will give the one-time password. Okay, the one-time password hashes will go to this one and compare with the hash value of the whatever you define in the first time wizard. Okay, okay. I will tell you about the first time wizard. This is actually practical sessions for the first time wizard. I will tell you about that one. Okay, so it match with this one. Okay, if the hash values matches, so then is sended notification to this one and he can add this device and the same time he will generate one certificate. Okay, that is normally called ICF, internal certificate authority. Okay, what exactly this certificates, the internal certificate authority is actually using for the only and only for checkpoint domains only. That means checkpoint domain, that means this is the local domain, whatever they are, whatever running in the my local infrastructure. Okay, got it. Okay,
Yes.
after, yeah, after once you added this one and generate this certificate, you push to this one. So after the communications, and you're able to see in the management server, trust is established. Okay, if you see the trust established on the management server for this gateway, that means communication is fine. You are able to see, you are able to control this device. Okay, got it. This is normally the architecture is happening at the time of the adding devices. Now I'm just telling you about, just explaining in the brief what exactly the, because I give you the three-tier architecture. Okay, how it works. But after that, whenever your device is added, then how it will work, I just tell you again. Okay, just telling you again how it works that one. Okay, now again I'm repeating these steps. You added, you are accessing the management server to this one. Okay, now this device is accessible on your device here. Now you already added the gateway here. Now you created something on this one. Okay, now you want to push these things to this one. Okay, so what you have to do, whenever you added this device, you have to create a one policy package here. Okay, on the checkpoint management server. Okay, by default one standard policy package is there whenever you added any devices coming into the standard one. Okay, but it's recommended, okay, always use a separate policy package. Okay, policy package that is nothing but is containing the details related to like objects, network objects, service object, network groups, services, VPN configurations, netting configurations, threat prevention configurations, and policies configurations, like that. Okay, and other thing, one more thing is cluster information also get by this one only. Okay, so whenever you push these things, whenever you try to push these things to the gateway, so whatever you created here, it will come to here. Got it? This is basically three-tier architecture happening in the checkpoint. Okay, but now one more thing, there's multiple ports are using for this one. Okay, which port are using for TC, multiple TC ports I will give you in the, tell you about in the first section. What exactly the protocols, multiple protocols are running for the TCP for each and every stream. When is connecting to this one specific port number is using. When is trying to connect to this one, a specific port, and log sending by this one, specific port are using. Multiple things are there. Very big picture for this one. Okay, that's around 2 hour sessions for this one. Okay, got it, Rishi? Uh, even other guys as well. Are you able to understand this is three-tier architecture?
Yeah,
You can understand about the what is the I6 and the second is the internal certificate authority.
yeah, both things.
Yeah. Okay.
Cable and IC.
Yeah. 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 Okay. Let's back to the our. Okay. So basically, just come with the content and I discuss you each and everything. So in the normal checkpoint technology, we normally discussing about the inspections and stateful inspection and all the things. Okay, but in the checkpoint architecture, I will give you the very big picture, just give you the brief idea of the three-tier architecture, how is it is working, and what components are there. Okay, and what is the role of each and every component and other things. I will give the very deep part of the smart console, smart management server. I just give you the how exactly working, but what is the requirement, what if anything is anything problem comes in the mid, so how you can troubleshoot that one, that thing come in the first or second lectures whenever we are going to do. Okay, and next one is the packet flow. Checkpoint have a very big packet flow is there. Okay, whenever very big packet flow is there, even you can change the packet flow based on your requirement as well. There are custom platform are there. Okay, but in the other vendors these features are not available. Okay, but whenever you enable, there is in the three things are there comes in the checkpoint. Three features are key features are there. Actually, this is a marketing for value as well. This is secure excel, cluster excel, and the core excel. Okay, so secure excel, whenever using, you have options to select like the three path are there: slow path, fast path, and medium path. Basically, it's directly communicating. Slow path, fast path, and medium, and directly integrating with the packet flow. Just think about that. Okay, so whenever you select the specific path, packet flow is automatically changed. Okay, and you can segregating the specific traffic as well. I will discuss you different things further. This is the practical sessions. Okay, second is the deployment platforms. In the talking about the checkpoint, there is a two types of the deployment platforms are there. Okay, two types of the deployment platform are there. Okay, just a moment. I will give you the idea about the deployment platform as well. Okay, so if you're talking in checkpoint, two deployment platform is there. One is the standalone, second is the distributed deployment. Okay, deploy your checkpoint firewalls in your infrastructure. So there is two ways. One is the standalone, second is the what exactly the meaning of the standalone. Standalone that is nothing but you have two options. Okay, standalone and distributed. So in the standalone distributed, whenever you deploy in the standalone, so your management server and the smart gateway both are come in the single device. Okay, got it. So I just write down here smart management and gateway deployed single box. Okay. And second thing is like that distributed development, you have to deploy separately. They have a separate server and small gateway. Okay, okay. So if you talk about the just discussing about the real industry specific scenario, so people is directly going with the distributed deployment only. Okay, because whenever they are able to deploy the checkpoint devices, okay, so they are able to deploy in the distributed only because deployment for this channel is normal using in that place where we have a very less number of users, like between the less than 50 users are there, so we can go on this standalone deployment. Okay, but whenever we have critical things are running on, so we are going on the distributed deployment only. Okay, okay, and one more thing I will tell you about. One smart management server is able to handle multiple smart gateways. Okay, you can add multiple smart gateways and you can manage separately as well. You can create a, suppose you have 100 branches out there. Okay, 100 branches are there, so you can add all the 100 branches firewall devices to the management server, and you want to uh, do the separate configurations for each and every bench. You can do just create a separate policy package each and every, okay, for each and every boxer, so you can manage. But if you have some concern like that, I have a 50 branches there, I want to need a same configuration, why I going to do the separate things? Okay, you then just create a single policy package and call all the boxes in the single policy package. Whenever you do the just single change and push, it automatically replicated to all the firewall, all the 50 firewalls. This is the key features are there, just saving around approx your complete day shift. Okay, and second thing is the introduction of the policy. Okay, checkpoint has some policies just for the allowing the traffic or denying the traffic. Normally we call for the policies. Okay, so exactly the I'm talking about the policies. Checkpoint is recommended the three types of the policies. One is the management policy, that is the normally called management rule. Okay, policies. Checkpoint recommended three types of the rule. One is the management rule. Second one is the rule. Third one is the cleanup rule. Okay, what exactly the meaning of this one? First thing is the still whenever you're creating the stealth rule, that is the thumb rule is there. Whenever you're going to create a stealth rule, okay, this is the recommended. Okay, it's up to you. Okay, but anyhow you have to create in the infrastructure. Okay, this is not compulsion, but whenever you come in the picture, so you can understand why these three things are required. Okay, but I'll just give you the one thing is that whenever going to create a stealth rule, okay, so is always with the thumb rule is there. When you want to create a stealth rule, surely create a management rule before that one. Okay, okay, and one more thing, the policy always be the checked in from the top to bottom way. Okay, got it. Whenever the any traffic is come to the checkpoint, so checkpoint or any firewall, so police is always is checking from top to bottom, like in our access list in this routers. Okay, got it.
Yes.
Yeah, then I telling you about the management rule. Actually, the management is the rule basically we are using for whenever we want to access only our management devices. So we can create a one rule we allow as a source for the specific host whatever we want. Destination over the management devices like checkpoint gateway, checkpoint management server, or any servers we want. And third thing is the services. We call the management services like HTTPS, XSH, okay. And second is the stealth rule. Stealth rule basically we are using the deny, okay. So whenever we want to prevent prevent unauthorized access to my management devices, so I can mention the source as any destination as my management devices and uh, service as I can put my management or either I can put the any and action will be the drop. Okay, so whenever the traffic come is automatically allowed with the this management rule, but in the still rules whenever is not mentioned as the unauthorized access is automatically blocked with this one. Okay, and third one is the cleanup rule. Cleanup rule is actually the by default rule come in the checkpoint. Okay, this is the implicit deny. Okay, but whenever the implicit deny by default come in this one is not generating any log. So whenever you convert it into the cleanup, you just enable the logs. So whenever the unauthorized traffic is not hitting to any policy, it's automatically this one. Okay, basically this for your data traffic. Okay, not for the management traffic. Okay, got it.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. Next thing is the monitoring traffic and connection. Basically, this topic is covered like the whatever how we can exactly the doing the monitoring features. Multiple monitoring features are already in the checkpoint. So, which is the right one to use in that time whenever we need to do something. Okay. Okay, next one the security standalone gateway. Oh, I already told you about this standalone security gateway. We have actually this is the practical session here. I will tell you about how we can do the installations and how we can do the security standalone gateway practicals like that. Okay, installing installations common tools are nothing but multiple tools are using in this checkpoint. So this is actually the how we can go through each and every tools are there, what's exactly the meaning of that one, and why it is required in the checkpoint. This is the big thing. Okay. Second is the building a security policies. Nothing but just I tell you about the introduction of the policies, and after that we come. This is the just the introduction part. Okay. But is the building of the security policies come with this one? How we create the access security policies like that. Okay. And using the smart update is also the checkpoint tool is there. Okay, is basically used for the licensing part. You can manage the central license process. Basically, using just keep in mind smart update using for the licensing part, and the other thing is the policy manager or policy package manager as well. Okay, and configuring the DMCs. DMCs so you can aware about that the why we are using the DMC. DMC is actually demilitarized one, but basically this features more compatible in case of the what we said in the Cisco ASN like that because where there we are mentioning the security levels, but in checkpoint it's your optional. If you want to create a DMZ, it's your up to you. But how it will exactly there's some different scenarios there. You have to create some specific zone for the DMC, and you can allow in this one. This is the features. This is the practical scenarizations part. Okay. Next is the network address translation. Yeah, you are aware about the network translations, but checkpoint have some one methodologies for the checkpoint network translation. Okay, so just telling you about the network address translation. Basically, we are using for translating one IP address to another IP address. Okay, in checkpoint have two options. One is the static and second is the hide net. Okay, so static NAT is nothing but if you're talking about we come with the Cisco side, so I'm just telling you static NAT is the same with static one to one, one to one net. Okay, but if you're talking about the hide net is like that you are petty. Okay, dynamic overloaded. Okay, Basically we call it the Cisco's dynamic overload. Okay, so this thing is this writing. So what address translation? How it works basically you aware about that might be if you're not aware, but I will discuss you in the sessions completely with the practical. Okay, how exactly and how it works and how many IP addresses are allowed like it. Okay, and one another thing is a smart view tracker. This is actually the monitoring. One of the monitoring tool is there. Okay, we'll discuss. The actually is the tool, especially tool we are using for to discuss further in this one. And another thing is the user management authentication. Where is a big role is there. Okay, user management there is a big role there. Suppose that you are working in any organization, okay, and there is a 10,000 users are there, okay. So is it not possible to create a 10,000 users on your firewall? Okay, it's not possible to create 10,000 users on your firewall. Okay, you have to do you have to create a manual is not actually the good options. Okay, this is not a smart way. So other thing is the how you can already you're managing the domain in your infrastructure like the active directory radius like that. Okay, so how you can capture whatever the traffic whatever the users are available on the AD side, how you can get into the checkpoint. These things come in the user management. Okay, and how can use for your traffic if you want to go with the captive portal, you want to allow some specific applications for the specific users, so you can mention this one like. And other thing is the application control also, the features which come in this one only. And identity awareness basically called the blades for the user management. This blade is basically we call identity awareness, which maintain all these three things. Okay, and after that we come with the checkpoint side to side VPN. Okay, side to side VPN might be aware about that thing. If you're not aware about, no problem, I will start from this scratch. Okay, how packet is going and how it happening, how checkpoint containing like that. Okay, so checkpoint has some different platform to using side to side VPN as compared to other our traditional VPN. Okay, so some basic little changes are there because technology is some each and every places. So platform configuration one is little bit different, but everything will be the smooth like that. Okay, okay. But one more thing is this CCA part only containing the checkpoint set to set VPN is not containing the remote access VPN in the CCSA part. That's come in the CCSA. Okay. Second thing is the high availability. High availability are very good features inside there. Okay, if you normally call with high availability, but in the checkpoint is using a cluster. Okay, both have some different scenario when you go into the scenario cluster and the high availability. Both have a different scenario. Okay, but in case of the like all the firewalls, Palo Alto, even the next generation firewalls talking about the Palo Alto and the FortiGate and other Juniper SRX, they are using the high availability. But in the case of the checkpoint, is using the checkpoint using clustering. Okay, clustering is like data is making a single device. Okay, both are the gateways are available as single device. It works best on the virtual IP address instead of the physical IP address. Okay, so there is any address down, very less response time is there. So very less latency there to move traffic from one to another one. Okay, this is the additional and that features are there. Okay, and there is actually the high availability come with the total is a four where you can deploy on the checkpoint. Okay, there's major two things are there. The word is the high availability and second is the load sharing. And if you're talking about the high availability, either two parts are there. Okay, legacy and the new. Two modes are there. One is the legacy mode and the other is the new mode. In the legacy mode, directly configured with the like just like a high availability, like two devices are working with the separate IP addresses. Okay, but in the new mode we are using the virtual IP addresses, and basically we go with when you want to define the active standby, active passive. So go with the high availability mode. This is the new mode. Okay, but if you want to go with the uh, what we say, if you want to go with the active mode, so you go with the load sharing mode. This is two ways are there. One is the uh, unicast and one is the multicast load sharing. There is different sort of wordings are there. I will discuss. These are complete things are there shown the practical only. Okay. And last thing, how we can upgrade the boxes. Okay, this is the basic features we come to know about the every platform, because whenever anything is going to the legacy server, you have to upgrade in the new version, or you have to upgrade the patches to remove the vulnerabilities, whatever the and the compliance and multiple things are. If you are working in the banking environment, so you have upgrade is the very big things, because every time you have to what we say, you have to maintain the compliance. Okay, so every 3 months we have had the report from the security team, whatever the managing or the compliance team, like that. So this is the process, actually the very very needy process in the case of the environment. Okay. And one is the license. Okay, license, actually I told you in the how we can manage in the smart update. Okay, smart update, actually the features comes in the checkpoint. This is actually the one tool is there, the smart update. Either you can mention these things to the license part. Okay, you can manage the license part. Okay, I hope you can understand the course content actually. And other thing I know, just telling you about this. This is the actually course content taking normally 24 hours to complete this one with the each and every practicals. Okay, and I will discuss you more things about the how our levels are there, how we can access this one. Okay. Okay, I'm just going to show you the labs and all. Okay, this is actually the one more page is there. I'll show you from the scratch. Okay, this is actually the how we can log in the lab and all the things. We'll share you the SOP, but I will just directly log into the lab and I will show you about the details, what exactly the what looks like our lab. Okay, and how we can perform each and every practical. Yeah. Okay, just a moment. Okay, this is currently my lab is here widget. Okay, but all the devices shut down right now. This is the complete tab, because I just tell you one more thing. When are you learning in the any technical or any professional course? If you're not doing practice on the real devices, for you're not able to understand all the deep things, because whenever you are learning just okay, but when you want to deploy something, then you can understand what is happening. Okay, just like when I take an example, whenever the cricket match is going on, okay, like a big star is playing, like Dhoni is playing on, okay, but he missed any ball and is out. Okay, so we can easily identify why he's not taking this shot instead of this one. Okay, because we are looking that time. Okay, we are watching that one. Okay, but is really playing that one. We are not sure in this single moment how he can identify the ball, what is the speed of the ball, what is the dilemma. I will take time is we can't identify. The same things come in the market as well. Whenever we working in the any infrastructure and we are going on the any case, or we are discussing with the customers, or we are going escalating any case or resolving any case. Okay, so it's only and only things come with the practical only. Okay, because whenever you're sitting beside to anyone who's working on the devices is easily give instructions, but when we give the access, just take in and work on this one, so it's going in the vibration mode. Okay, you can understand what I want to say. The same thing. So lab is the main things are there whenever you're doing the lab, so you can understand the specific scenarios, what is it is going, how device behavior and like that. Okay, one more thing is there. And this is the specific period time, you can able to see the timing on the things. when I start the device, actually the device is shut down. So when I start a specific device, so you can able to see the timing on this bottom. Okay, left, right side, bottom. You can able to see the how many hours are there. Okay, and how left, hours are already lapsed and like that. How many hours left? You can identify that one. Okay, and we will share you the SOP for the complete how to access the device and how we can identify and other things. Now we come with the content part. Okay, exactly what you will get in this lab. Okay, you will get the exactly the complete recorded sessions, whatever we are going in the our ongoing classes. You will get it. Okay, complete recording classes. After that, you will get the each and every practical which has happened in the in our sessions in our lectures. You will get a one document with each and every steps. If you stuck anywhere, you will just go to the document, you will get that one. Okay, we have some very big level that document is there for the special for the lab purpose. Okay, whenever any student come, so easily get it identify. And second thing, we will give you the RAT official paid guide. Okay, this is the we are giving the PDF only. Okay, not we are giving the hard copy. We are going to just giving the PDF file. Okay, and after that, one more thing, we'll give you the some sort of 100 or 200 questions. uh, I mean, what we will say like dumps. Okay, the questions comes in the specific paper of the checkpoint R80 only. Okay, we will give you the after the finishing of this lectures. Might be you will get in the last lectures. Okay, and after it in the already I told you the course content. I already told you the workbook which is containing all the practicals. You get the recording sessions, and one more thing is you will get the if you are stuck, you are not able to resolve any issue after the telling you about the process of the workbook, but still you have a problem, you directly send an email or contact with the net minion support team. They will get back to you. Okay, they will give the solutions on the remote sessions. Okay, got it.
Okay.
Hey,
Yeah, you can.
thank you, John, for describing. So, guys, this is Dade Verma, okay, and I am from the Net Million Solutions team. And as John was describing, okay, he is, by the way, he is a very good instructor who is teaching from more than 8 years. So you are under the safe hands, okay. And apart from it, Net Million Solutions is working from 5 plus years, okay. We are coming over the internet maybe in during this lockdown period, but before that we are working in the offline mode, okay. So you will
Okay.
be like if you will be going to the YouTube and you will check NetMinion solutions, you will get our multiple of the demos for not for only this CCSA or maybe checkpoint related, but Palo Alto, maybe networks or whatever. Okay, you can maybe go there and search that. That would be a good channel. Okay, maybe, it would be good if you can subscribe that as well. So, as he told, you will be getting workbooks, you will be getting videos, recording videos. Okay, your account will be get created, and from the website you can just check it at any time of the period. You will be getting lab, you will be getting instructor. You will be in the touch of the instructor, not during the course, but after the course also.
Okay.
Okay, so just one thing. Who is here with the name of Galaxy M30s? Maybe can you please reveal your identity? Hello.
It's me only, Digvijay Singh.
Sorry.
Hello. It's me, Digvijay Singh.
No, no, I am not getting your point. Who is that?
It's my
One
colleague Digvijay Singh.
Okay,
Digvijay.
Digvijay only. Okay, Digvijay
Yeah.
only. Okay, okay, okay. Got it. Got your point. Got your point. So Digvijay Singh, there are two. Maybe you are joining from the two of them. Okay. Am I correct?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay. Okay.
yeah, yeah,
Then
yeah. I have logged.
okay. Thanks for confirming, Digvijay. So apart from it, Rishi or Digvijay, is there any question? Maybe not technical because technical John is there to help you out. Apart from it,
Right now,
if there is some any question,
right now I have no questions. Can you
Mhm.
confirm me where is your institute?
Delhi, Dwarka.
Uh, Delhi Dwarka.
Yep.
Okay. And What is the time period of this CCA course? How much time I have to give?
Not getting it right. You wanted to know the total hours of this
Yeah,
course?
yeah, right.
Okay, maybe John, can you confirm on this?
Yeah,
number?
it's a 24 hours maximum. You will get to complete in the 24 hours normally.
Okay.
So one class or two class up down, that matters. That works, I hope, right? But he is he is very strict with the timing, so you should be get completed in 24 hours.
Okay. Digvijay, you have any questions? You can ask.
No, not right.
No question? Okay.